let's see if anybody gets notified. Bringing up the chat. Okay. Yay! The notifications must have gone out. Hi, Nicole Couture. And Kristen Goley. Hello. Ileana Kano. Hello. Jennifer Johnson and Mary G. Hello, everyone. Yay. I'm glad the notifications went out. You never know. You never know. Woohoo. How are y'all doing? It's Tuesday. All my days are running together. I don't know what in the hell day it is or what week it is. It's all just running together. That always happens at the end of January's for me. It's like at the beginning of January, I'm like, wow, how is it January already? How is it a new year already? Wow, January's going so fast and oh my. And then by the end of January, I'm like, are we done yet? Are we still here? Is this not over yet? How are we not in February already? What is going on? What day is it? So, I have a love-hate relationship with January. In general. Any January of any year. Not just this January. Heather Turner, hello. Natcat180, hello. Tiny T, hi, yay. Oh, man. How have things been going with y'all? Goodness gracious. I'm trying to get my brain in gear today. I've had my little headphones on, my noise canceling headphones on, and I have been report writing today. So I feel like my eyes are glazing over and so is my brain. That's possible. Let's see. That's funny. Yeah, Jennifer says January always feels like the longest month to me. Yes, I think a lot of people feel that way. And NetCat180 says, B, can you ask the spirit guides to if we could slow down? Like, stop, days are going way too fast. Tiny T's like, I totally get it. I can't believe it's almost February. So yeah, just timing is weird. It's usually weird in January, but I guess here we are again at this juncture. It is once again weird. No different now. So yeah. Golly, y'all. It has been a couple weeks since we got to hang out, so I'm glad that we get to hang out now. And as usual, later today, I'll plan on doing the little channel membership giveaway. So again, just in case, putting that announcement out here that if you are not opted in to receiving a gifted membership and you want to be opted in to receive a gifted membership, then there are some steps to take. Do I have them over here or did I delete it off of my thing? I think I deleted it off my thing. I did. I used to have it up here so I could just read it off and be lazy, but now I've got to actually do it from memory. So if you haven't opted in yet and you want to, then on the profile page where the join button is, you basically just click the join button or the link in the description box, and you'll want to make sure that you click the little 3 dots that suggest more, and there will be a setting in there about membership gifting and things like that, and you want to toggle the switch on so that it will allow you to be a winner. So in case anybody has not done that yet, I just always like to put that out there some point in the stream so that later on, whenever we go to gift, people will have had the ability to take that time to do that before then. So we'll do that at the end like usual. But just heads up, you gotta be opted in for it. Old Broad, hello. Heather Marie, hello. Glad y'all are here. Also, we usually do a mini reading on these live streams, and I usually, as of late at least, have some sort of ideas as to what I might want to look into for that, and I have not had a chance to think what I might want to look into for that. I am not there. All I've been thinking about is the videos that I want to do, like full length videos that I want to do, full readings coming up, because I know I have a full reading coming up. I've already written down the questions from people about now that Trump is president in the United States, what can the USA expect? What can the world expect? What can we know about Trump's first year back as president, his health? Will the Democrats be able to keep things balanced in Congress? Those kinds of questions. That's going to be a full reading very soon. Also, because it is the 28th of January right now, we're going to have our February predictions very soon. So those are two full-length readings that are coming up soon. And also I have received some requests to do another one of those channeled messages types of videos where we channel a message from spirit guides, angels, whatever light beings would like to deliver a channeled message. So that is another full-length video that I am planning to do soon. So all of those, I'm hoping within a week or two I can get those done and out to folks. But because I've been thinking so much about those, I haven't really thought about mini readings to do today. What we could do that would be brief and would fit into something brief. So that is on the table. Ideas for that. I am all open, all ears, all whatever. Open to what y'all think would make for a good brief mini reading today. Let's see. Old Bra says, damn, I thought of something the other day. Now I can't remember what it was. Man, if that is not relatable, I just don't know what. I bet most of us in here are like, I hate it when that happens. Yes. Chatty Fanny, hello. Oh, you said Wayne County, Michigan, logging in. The wind is kicking. Oh, man. I bet so. It's finally warming up down here a little bit more. It got real cold for South Carolina. We had some snow. Not a lot, but probably about 2 or 3 inches, which in my area, 2 or 3 inches is something that happens maybe twice a decade. So that's pretty big for us. So we had that, but it's starting to warm back up to normal January temperatures for us. So right now my phone claims that it is 58 degrees Fahrenheit here. So, pretty close to 60 Fahrenheit here, which is definitely warmed up from the freezing temperatures that it was just a week ago. The Salazar, hello. Let's see. Old Broad says possibly a mini reading on the ramifications of January 6th prisoners being pardoned, if there are any ramifications about that. Okay, that could be possible. You know what? That reminds me. Sorry for the tangent. Noted. But that reminds me that whenever I was talking about how the things in my inauguration video were coming true, I didn't even realize until I had gone back and looked or listened or whatever that I had also said, like, once he got in, that like the first week after was going to be really intense and a lot of things going on and a lot of like doom, 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 doom happenings. And good Lord, if that wasn't true too. So I forgot to even mention that was true as well. So, yeah, gosh. Oh, the Salazar. Yes, I am in South Carolina. So, you're considering moving to Columbia? I'm like 20 minutes from there with your best friend. I don't care for Columbia, but that's because I've been more or less in around the area my whole life. And so, when you grow up around a place, you don't ever do the fun touristy stuff, so you don't know what fun things are there, which I should do. I should just do it. And then if you have to work in the city, which almost all of my grown-up jobs, adult jobs have been based in Columbia or based out of Columbia, then you get to hate the city because you associate the city with work. And so it's like, I don't want to be over there. That's the city of work. So I have maybe not the best thoughts about Columbia, but I am negatively biased and prejudiced against it. So don't listen to me. As I sit here and listen to you say that, I'm like, why in the fuck would anybody ever want to go to Columbia from San Diego? Like, and of course, then you would probably see it a different way. Like, oh, well, from having lived in San Diego, I can tell you this isn't so great. So it's interesting, about the grass being greener on the other side for the people who aren't on that grass. I feel you. Wendy Olson, hello. Yeah, okay, so that was one video idea from Old Broad about, are there going to be any kind of ramifications from freeing the January 6th prisoners? That could be a mini reading that we could look into. Any others that y'all are thinking about that have been on your mind that you feel like could be kind of a swift mini reading, and we might take a look into that today. So just gathering ideas from folks, if y'all have any. As I keep drinking my little, this is like a LiQWYD, but it's not. It's a Better Goods lemon. Yeah. So same difference. I love my fizzy waters, man. I don't know what it is. Me and my fizzy waters. I do know what it is. Me and my fizzy waters. It's like stimmy water for your mouth. It's like your mouth getting to stim. It feels great. It's like it's all cleansing and refreshing, and it's just like I love fizzy waters. So I feel like every time I go live, I've just got my little fizzy waters here. Yeah, Salazar, San Diego, magical and beautiful. I would think so. I've never been farther west than New Mexico. That's the farthest west I've been so far, but I would love to go out that way. But yeah, cost of living here is certainly better from other places. But I always get weirded out about cost of living conversations, because I get that. But then I also get where it's like, this place is more expensive, but they also pay you more. This place is cheaper, but then they also pay you less. So doesn't it end up kind of going out in the wash? Maybe to some degree. Maybe some things don't even out in the wash. I know things like housing markets, for example. There are people that are like, living in California, I could never buy a home. I will never buy a home in California. Whereas over here in South Carolina, it's much more doable to own a home. So things like that might, make a difference, even if some other things kind of end up breaking even, I guess. But yeah, interesting. Hello, Rose Jackson Spicer, and welcome. And you're saying, I just love an updated federal reading. A lot of my good friends are hard workers who are really afraid. Okay, like afraid of, like big job cuts and stuff federally, like losing a lot of federal jobs, federal dollars, and things like that. That's a good one. I wonder if that that almost could be encroaching in full reading territory, but there's probably a way to mini that. Yeah. I know it would greatly affect me too. I work a lot of grants at the state level, but it's almost always discretionary federal funds. And so, if they're cutting anything at a federal level, discretionary stuff is the first to go because it's not, essential stuff. And I have been laid off in the middle of a grant before because they're just up and pulled grant funding out of nowhere. Blindsided everybody. I've been in that position before. It's not fun. I don't wish it on anybody, and I hope I never have to go through it again. So I feel you on that. Jennifer Johnson, just curious, are folks in South Carolina open to psychics, tarot, etc.? Depends on who. Overall, no, because we're in the Bible Belt here, and I was raised in the Bible Belt. My dad's dad was a self-taught architect who dropped out of school in 8th grade, but designed like over 30 churches across the state of South Carolina and other buildings too. So he somehow was a self-taught architect out of 8th grade. And of course they don't allow that kind of stuff to happen anymore. But back in those days, in the early 1900s, they did. And so he designed the church that my dad then built, that my mom now basically runs. Not all of it, no, obviously, but when we grew up, she was like church treasurer, church organist, sang in the choir, was on all these church committees, Sunday school teacher. Daddy, did a lot of work on the grounds and stuff like that. And so they were just very involved, and it felt like, wow, we run this place. And, as a kid, that's how you kind of feel about it or think about it, even if it's like, you don't technically run the place. But, so yeah, I grew up in the Bible Belt, being a part of the Bible Belt, it doesn't get more into it, integrated into it than that your grandpa designed the church, your dad builds it, and then your family is a part of every little thing that goes on in it. So I was raised in that, but then here I am doing all the tarot stuff and all of that. And it's not so much that I'm quote unquote not Christian or that I am Christian. It's more that I kind of believe in all the things. Like, I'm just very open about it. I think, Buddhists have some good perspectives and ideas. Hindus have some good perspectives and ideas. Jews have some good perspectives and ideas. Christians have some good perspectives and ideas. I just take from learning from all over the place. New Age ideas, pretty cool. Pagan ideas, pretty cool. And I just like to know all the ideas or learn all the ideas and have my own spiritual connection, however that works. So, I don't necessarily discount it. I just don't think of it those ways. But yeah, most people around here are very, very Bible Belt. And so it is not something that I really talk about or really do outside of the channel. Like the channel in my private readings, I'm into tarot all the time. But outside of that, I don't really talk about tarot or do tarot or hang out with people related to tarot or stuff like that. It's very compartmentalized in my life in this way. Obviously, I think about things in a very spiritual way. I pray all the time. I set intentions. I do my own, personalized spiritual practices and ceremonies and rituals and cleansings and things like that. But it's just not really a thing around here. But there are people who are open to it. It's just, you gotta find them. You gotta find the little communities or little places or little cliques that are kind of open to it. Mostly I've kind of found that in some online spaces, like on Facebook, not really in person so much. But you can find some like counterculture spiritual shops and stuff. So, if there's some shops like that around physically, then there are people who must go to those shops. So it's getting there, I think, especially younger generations that are exposed to the interwebs are more open to things. And so the more, I guess, the more there are young generations kind of coming in, being more exposed to all kinds of stuff, the more openness that I find is happening. So, it's only like really taboo and like, if you're asking pretty old people. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I just mean in certain older generations around here, it would be a big issue to bring that up. But good question, and I took 8,000 years to answer it because that's just how I do, apparently. Mary G, hello. Bird flu, grocery prices. Ooh, that's a potential question too. Yeah. And yes, Old Broad says, personal thanks to the kind person who gifted us the reading last week. Yeah, that was nice. Kat, hello. And you agree on the grocery prices reading. That would be a quick one too, you say. Yeah, I mean, okay. And for the groceries, like, okay, maybe like why and if/when the prices will go down. Yeah. Wyatt Aspen, hello. And you'd love a reading on the federal workers as well. And you say the narrative towards federal workers is always so wrong. Yeah. It's tough because I've worked in state and federal government my entire adult life for the last 15 years, and I've seen both sides. I've seen federal workers be very, very needed, and the work that they do be very, very needed. And I've also seen a lot of waste and people that if they were in any kind of corporate position, they would have been fired, yesterday kind of thing, and like really pathetic stuff. So I've seen both things from working in it for the last 15 years on state and federal ways. And so it sucks that only one narrative will get presented. I agree with that because, I mean, obviously that's going to affect me too in my work. But yeah, that's a tough one. So yeah, let's see. Okay, work for the Fed, yes, job cuts. Okay, yep, gotcha. Hajar D, hello. Blake Lively reading soon? I need to do something like that. Like, to be frank, I give zero shits about Blake Lively and whatever the situation is because I just don't know these people and I don't follow this stuff. But it is nice sometimes when I take a pause from doing, political and true crime and things like that to get kind of into something that's more celebrity, where it's a little bit more tabloid-ish. Sometimes there's a place for things like that, just to, intersperse a little bit of what more people would consider entertainment. I know it's not entertainment to them as they're going through it in their real lives, but to a lot of people watching, that's kind of more a source of entertainment than, some of the heavier readings that we might have that people are like, yeah, that affects me personally. I don't want to listen to that right now. So, you know what? Let me just write these things down. Because these are really good ideas, about federal jobs, about groceries, about Blake Lively. Writing these things down because touche. And yeah, Kat says, maybe a reading like, will workers gain any power back? Sometimes it feels like no matter how much workers oppose policies that hurt their workers, they don't care unless it starts to hurt profits. Yeah. Yeah. Allie, hello. And you said, I know how that is. My family is very Christian, and it's hard to bring up the fact that I have a very different belief. Also, hiya, B and chat. And the Southsider says, ooh, a quick reading on if the new Superman movie will be a smashing success or not. I didn't even know there was going to be a new Superman movie. Man, I can't keep up. With shit. Alrighty, let's see. We've got some really good ideas coming out here. The one that, let's see. Hold on, I have to write down this other one too, because I don't want to forget the one from Old Broad about the January 86 released folks. Thank you, Sexy Kitten. First of all, hello to you as well, and thank you for the super chat. That was very sweet of you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're about to do a mini read, and we've got several good ideas here. I'm thinking that there probably can be a way, since multiple people did the I second and I third that idea about groceries and about federal workers. There might could be a way, could be a way. That's another Southernism. I know that that's not proper, but yeah, I probably said it on the channel like that 8,000 times, and I'm just now hearing that it came out of my mouth, and y'all are probably like, yeah, you talk like that all the time, whatever. But yeah, could find a way to just touch on both of those very briefly, because those are ones that it seems has gotten several votes, and I second it and I third it, and I want that one. So because of that, I think I can do kind of an ultra mini reading on both of those. Let's do that. Let's see, where's my cards? There they are. Let me move this microphone, right cheer. Move myself as well, because in some ways these two questions go together, kind of like an outfit. They don't match, but they coordinate because they're both about the economy and how we're on the struggle bus with that right now, and it's scary. And it's frustrating and it's hard and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, federal jobs and groceries. So yes, let's see. All right. Spirit guides, angels, archangels, light beings surrounding me now. Spirit of Gaia, my higher self, please assist me in the sacred co-creative process of pulling cards for the highest good of all sentient kind. Please allow me to pull the most accurate cards and read them in the most accurate ways for the highest good of all. Thank you. Love you. And as always, please protect me, Black Salt, and help me raise my vibration higher and higher. Let's do this. Deep breaths. Penelope matching me in green. I don't know if you can tell this is green. It's supposed to be like a really dark bottle green kind of thing. And as always, this is all I let you. Just my interpretation. Okay. Let's dive in together. Great ideas, y'all. Great ideas. As always. And this is why I say 90 or even more % of the videos that I do, probably more like 95% of the videos that I do are from requests. Because y'all can come up with things way better and way faster than I could ever. So I like the collective brain that we have here. Y'all help me so much. So, alrighty, let's see. About the federal workers, I'm trying to think of if I want to ask a specific question or if I'm just going to kind of do mini read and throw it over to the guides to help with that. I guess I'll ask kind of an open-ended type of question and throw it over to the guides. So, to the spirit guides, what we're just wanting to see if there's anything we're allowed to know about the near future, over the next year or two, about federal workers, addressing their fears, addressing their fears of furloughs and layoffs and all these kinds of things as the federal government is reconstructing itself, basically, and just kind of seeing what we can get a sense of with that in a brief mini read. So I'm just going to see where they're going to take that. I'll try to help limit this by just choosing 3 cards for now. If we need to pull more, we can, but just seeing what happens if we start there. So whatever we can know on that, spirit guides, please. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. So, this is not the best to see, if I'm going to be honest. It's also not the worst. So, before anybody gets incredibly anxious, because again, this applies to me too. I work grant jobs at a state level, federally funded. So, this works. This is about me too. This is, challenging. So when I see the 7 of Swords in reverse, this is very much like what Kat was saying, where you were saying, will workers gain any power back? Because sometimes it feels like no matter how much they oppose policies, that they don't care unless it starts to hurt their profits. This, I will say, unfortunately, does not feel like we are getting to that kind of a place very soon where workers have a whole lot of power, or that they know how to harness a whole lot of power in an effective way for themselves. It doesn't look like that is going to be coming soon. It looks like what's more likely to happen is that workers get a big case of the imposter syndrome of what can little old me do, that kind of disempowered feeling. And because of that, then they would be more prone to stress, anxiety, even paranoia, and things like that, because they don't feel like they know how to effectively come up against the powers that be in that way. So it does look like because of that, it is likely that they will kind of shrink back more so than we're all coming together, united front to fight against this. This is more of a shrinking back. That being said, the reason why I said this isn't the worst thing is we have a reversed death card here. And upright, this is about the endings, and this is about, I would say a fuck ton of layoffs and horrible things like that. In the reverse position, I am not as worried about maybe whatever the worst case scenario is. Everybody always has this kind of idea in their minds of, this is the worst case scenario. This is what it could look like if it goes really bad, really wrong, really left field. People get those kinds of concerns. This looks like it's not going to be that. Based on what I've seen here, though, if people are not feeling empowered to be able to effectively advocate for themselves, then I do see it's likely federal workers are going to get pushed around a bit. And there's possible that it will be things like some, time limited furloughs or some pay cuts, or that there might be a honing down in terms of downsizing, like say going from 100 workers to 80 or something like that. So I do see things like that don't look good, that are challenging, I will be honest. But in terms of the worst case scenarios, I'm not seeing that play out just yet. It's not showing up here for me now. If we revisit this question, in 6 months or a year or something, maybe we'll see something change or shift or be different or whatever. But this is kind of, for right now, not really seeing that level of stuff happening. It feels like, how do I put this? As sick as it sounds, it feels like that's part of a quote unquote strategy, that it feels like those making these kinds of decisions are like, if we want them to stay in this place of not pushing back, then we need to do this incrementally, because if we do it wide sweeping, then there will be a huge outcry and there will definitely be a pushback, and it will be harder for us to get away with what we want to do. So we are going to try to do it in more iterative ways. So I see this being more like little pieces at a time getting eroded away at, rather than, a big fell swoop, as strategy for those on top to more easily get away with things while people feel more like this rather than feeling more empowered. So as sickening as that is to say, that is kind of what it's looking like, which does at least give more people on the front end some more time to figure out what they want to do, if anything, about this type of stuff. So I don't see worst case scenario, but I will say that this does not look super great, and that affects me as well. So that's kind of where they're going as a little quick and dirty on the kind of federal jobs thing. And segueing into our other question about the price of groceries, this is, if this isn't looking super great and this is kind of federal level stuff, then I wonder if that's foreboding a little bit about, inflation, cost of groceries, things like that. So let's go ahead and dig into that, see if that ends up looking any different or anything like that. So yeah, price of groceries. Someone set up there, and I want to make sure I find it so that I can credit you. Yeah, Mary G mentioned, grocery prices, not just from the economy being tough, but because of the bird flu. Mary G said, that bird flu has raised prices. And I believe I heard that, just today. I was watching some little independent news that I like to watch sometimes, and they had a segment on like eggs, the price of eggs skyrocketing because of bird flu. And I was like, oh gosh, so I was like, I'm glad we recently bought eggs, and I'm glad that, Mama has chickens at her house, so that maybe that can help a little bit for now. But oh Lord, goodness gracious. So yeah, any kinds of reasons about groceries, whatever. Right here, I will do similar to how I did with the previous question, where I'll kind of ask a question broadly and just leave it up to the spirit guides to take that broadness where they feel like they need. So I am going to ask, broadly, whether it's about the economy, whether it's due to bird flu, whether it's due to any other kind of reason, just in general, the price of groceries, things like that, the costs to our basics like that, are we gonna see those stay the same, get better, get worse? What are we kind of looking at here for the near future? So if spirit guides, y'all can give me any information around that, and hopefully make it be kind of like about this year, 2025, because I think it's more relevant to tell us about what we can expect here in the near future than something farther down the road. So yeah, what can we expect about that? Okay, well, if you want to jump out, then I'll take you. Are you going to stay in this quasi-upright position? Upright or reverse? No. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I figured. All right. Whenever things comes out wonky, I've always got to redo it, see if where it'll go. That makes more sense to what I'm seeing here, honestly. For a second there, I got a little hopeful, but this is a bit of a struggle. I will expand on that in just a second. I just want to make sure I check the chat real quick. So I'm keeping up with some of the comments here, and then I'll get into what it says down here. So let's see. First of all, hello Arbova, and welcome. And yeah, you're like, any chance of daily life getting better for humans in February? Well, based on the first question, there's a little bit of a struggle going on there. And based on the second question, I'm seeing also a little bit of struggle going on in there. That doesn't necessarily mean across all categories that things would be not so great in February. There's plenty of other categories besides just federal jobs and groceries. And so, we'll have hope, and I'm going to be filming a February predictions video very soon, where we will talk about the entire month of February in a full reading. Those predictions videos I almost always have, I always do a full reading and then a Perk Squad extended reading as well. So basically 2 readings about the entire month. So that will be coming up. I usually try to release that the first day of the month. So good question, and I'm sure that will come up even further in that. Oh goodness. And Cindy Mamos, welcome here, and I'm sorry to hear about your fur baby. I feel you on that. I have been on the shit end of that stick more times than I can count. I do not look forward to being on that side of it again. My little Scooter is 13 years old. And Bodie is going to be 10 years old next month. So I've already got 2 kind of older dogs in the house. Izzy's not far behind at 8 years old. So I know those things are coming, and I I dread it. I hate that for you. I'm so sorry. Sometimes people don't understand, that kind of loss. Sometimes people don't understand that it's not like losing a pet or even losing a family member. Sometimes it's like I lost a part of my spirit, So I'm sorry that you're going through that. Much love, much hugs, much positivity, much everything that we can send. I see a lot of people writing down below love and prayers and all of that going out to you. And I'm glad that they're helping caretake you in that way, because I don't wish that on anybody. I know the feeling. When I was 24, I lost my sweet pea. That was probably the worst one for me so far, because she was 12 and I was 24. So I literally had her half my life. And, certainly I got her when I was 12, and that's when a lot of your big full life memory starts. So it was like, okay, I don't really know how to live life without her. I haven't done that really yet. And so that was god awful. And yeah, Scooter's got some heart issues and things like that. He's on 4 medications a day, and it's not slowing it down super well. So I feel you. Chrissy Hansen, hello, and thank you for being here. And it's Lathan, hello, and thank you for sending Cindy some condolences. It's very sweet of you. And yep, thank y'all, everyone in the chat, Rose and Kat, for all your kindness and help to Cindy, and Dara as well. And so hello, Dara Merkin, hello. And thank you for the kindness there as well. And same to you, the Salazar. Yes, thank you. Yeah. And Arbova says, yeah, about your cat having, some ascension symptoms or due to age and things like that. It's tough when they're under the weather. It's good that your cat is still eating. That's definitely a good sign. I know, like with cats and dogs especially, whenever they're losing their appetites, stuff gets tough. I get always freaked out whenever one of mine loses their appetites. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And yeah, I agree, the Salazar. It's like losing a child, because they depend on you for everything and they give you love and protection. I agree. That's how I see it. I know I don't have human babies to compare that to, but that's because I don't have human babies. My fur children are my children. So yeah, it's tough. Thank you, Allie, for sending your love to an old broad. And I think I said hello to you, Allie, but if I didn't, hello. So yeah. Y'all keep caretaking Cindy in the chat, and I'm gonna read through what we've got right here about what we can expect for groceries and things here in the near future. It's been tough out there. We just talked about the price of eggs skyrocketing due to bird flu and stuff like that, and we're just trying to have hope that some of this stuff might come down here. To be honest, from what I'm seeing here, I am not seeing the prices get better in the near future. So I'm just being honest. I know that Trump has promised, things like we've got to get the prices down, and that he said he was going to do that. So, who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe he will have plans for that. Maybe it will work out. He's got 4 years to give that a try. So, I'm certainly going to give him that chance to do it. But from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look like things are going to look too good on that front here in the near future. I asked them to tell me about this year in 2025. And it looks like this year in 2025, grocery prices are going to, at best, maintain, at worst, continue to get worse. The Chariot card is I don't see things moving forward in that way. This card is at least like some things not getting worse. So there might be certain things that kind of find a way to stabilize and not get worse. That would be nice. But this Nine of Wands in reverse is a bit of a worsening. It's a difficulty rebounding, difficulty getting back on track. And this Six of Pentacles in reverse is also kind of this difficulty in balancing the scales, difficulty in kind of getting things evened out. So it looks like there will be some things that stay roughly the same price, and then there will be other things that just keep getting worse. I'm not particularly seeing anything getting substantially better in any kind of consistent way. Maybe with these two cards, there may be a chance that, say, with the price of eggs, that maybe after bird flu gets controlled and things like that, maybe that might lower a little bit or something, possibly. But it doesn't look like, it just doesn't really look like overall that's the kind of thing we're seeing. I'm not really seeing things lower as much as I'm seeing a lot of things staying the same and certain things getting worse in terms of their prices. So I'm not seeing a balancing out or a rebounding and getting better. And again, in fairness, whether it was Biden up there, whether it was Kamala up there, whether it's Trump up there, I would say the same thing, that they have 4 years and I want to give them that chance to do what they say they're going to do. But looking here, 2025, I don't see that we can expect a whole lot of sustained, better prices with groceries and things like that. If there is anything that's better, it looks kind of like a blip on the radar of something getting better. It doesn't look like it's here to stay, or like as if it's rolling back like it used to be. You know what I mean? Kind of like how the visual that they're putting in my head is like, how over the last 10 years or so, we've had at least 5 different times where we had, gas scares, where the price of gas over here in the U.S. would skyrocket to something egregious for like a week or two, and then it would kind of come back down basically around normal or maybe a little bit above normal, but it wouldn't be at this egregious thing. I might see things like that happening here, but that doesn't really count as prices came down if something went god awful for a little bit and then it kind of came down to this or this. That doesn't really feel like something got better. What we mean when we're saying something got better is, hey, I remember when it used to cost $2 for going out and getting some eggs, and then for some time it was more like $5 or so. Now it's like $8 because of the bird flu. It might go back down to 5 or 6, but that doesn't ever really put us back to 2 in a sustained way. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm seeing in terms of groceries and stuff over here in the States as a whole in 2025. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news today with both of these questions. So, my heavens, let's pull these cards up and try to talk about a couple of things that maybe could be positive here. And certainly we can end on a positive in a little bit with doing the membership gifting. So again, if you're new right now, if you weren't here for the announcement at the beginning of the live stream, we do some membership giveaways where 5 people are chosen every live stream to win a 1-month free membership to the Perk Squad as a giveaway, but you have to be opted in to do that. So if you are not opted in, or you're not sure if you're opted in, you got to go to the join button in the description box or there on the channel profile And you've got to click the 3 dots that indicate more, and you've basically got to find the gift settings and turn the toggle switch on so that you can make sure that you are eligible to be gifted a membership. So I like to tell people that just so everyone has that chance, if they want to get gifted, because we're going to do that in a little bit, and I like to tell people in advance so they can check on that for themselves before we do that. So if you haven't yet, or you're not sure and you want to go check, then go on over there and do that. I'm going to put my sticky notes up. So I'm glad we were able to do a twofer with these mini readings, but I'm sorry that neither of them came out particularly wonderfully positive. Neither of them came out god awful, which I'm thankful for. But neither of them came out, how we perhaps would want to see them come out. So, again, hate to be the bearer of bad news for that. So on both of these questions, I'm affected because I'm someone that would be affected by federal job cuts, and I'm someone that's affected by the price of groceries. So, so I feel you. I'm in the boat with you on that, and I don't like seeing it any more than I like saying it. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, let me catch up on comments. Anna Bronco, hello. And Trisha Marie, hello. Glad that both of y'all are here. Same with Candy V, glad that you're here. And Zachary Senses, is that how you say it? I'm glad that you're here as well. And I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Awesome. Let me see. I'm going to check in here. Yeah, so people are talking about how they love their fur babies and think of their little furry creatures as their babies. So totally understand that. Y'all know that I'm like that as well. In terms of your question, Zachary, about where there'll be shortages of certain foods or supplies this year, from what they showed me in that mini reading just now, it's possible that things like that could happen. It doesn't, again, how they showed it, it didn't make it seem like there was going to be some wide sweeping, we can't find any of these things on the shelves and now nobody has any choices. It would feel a little bit more like there's something going weird with this, and now there's something going weird with this, and then the prices of these things are just, a little bit more, I guess a little bit higher, and so it's a little bit more exclusive and limiting, not everybody can buy as many or whatever because it's just too expensive or, stuff like that. So I didn't necessarily get anything that made me feel like, if we were to go to the grocery store, then it would look like a crazy, Mad Max type of territory where it's like, wow, there's nothing here, or those kinds of shortage fears. I didn't really get that from the cards. At least in terms of what the guides wanted to tell me, I didn't really get that. So I'm hopeful there. Kat says, well, damn, I guess I'm going to be broke forever. I know. I didn't want to get used to this feeling. There were 2 years recently where I didn't feel broke, and it's because I was working 3 jobs. So I finally didn't feel broke, but my brain felt broke because working those 3 jobs, I burned the fuck out, and my mental health went to hell in a handbasket, and it was terrible. And I won't even get into details because I don't want to bring y'all down, but it was really rough up in here, and so that was not sustainable, and I had to go back down to 2 jobs because I was like, wow, I'm not going to be able to do that. So now I get to feel broke again. So it's like, well, which would you rather feel? Having absolutely zero good mental health, totally wrecked, but you're not broke, or your mental health is, not too shabby. It's doable, not great, not terrible, but you're broke. Which would you rather? It hasn't been fun. And at any given time, if you ask me, I'll rather one. So I'll do it the one way, and then I'll be like, I hate this. I've got to change. So then I'll rather the other, and I'll do it that way. And then it'll be fine. And they'll be like, I hate this. It's got to change. And so I just keep going back and forth. Because I swear, I feel you on that. Chetty Fanny says, just learn to live on rice and beans. And see, it's like I can live fairly cheaply on food because I'm a cheap date in that respect. You know, I'm 5'1", 110 pounds. I don't require a whole lot. You know, and if you take me to a restaurant, I'm likely to eat the meal there, get a to-go box, and then eat off of it 3 more times before my to-go box is done. So one meal really is like divide that cost into 4 is how much it was. It was 4 meals for me. So like I can be cheap in that respect. I can be a cheap date in that respect. But I'm also one of those people that I don't get a lot of joy out of a lot of things in life. I've just not built to receive much joy in life, but there are a few things that bring me a lot of joy in life. And tasting all kinds of different foods and eating all different kinds of foods and cooking different kinds of recipes and playing around in the kitchen and, you know, foods and flavors and is one of the very few things that I actually get a lot of joy out of in life. So if I had to subsist off of rice and beans for eternity, I imagine I could. But would I want to be alive? Probably not. So that's part of my problem. So there you go with that. Maria, hello. Maria Selhiri, hello. You told me which way when I said was it Cyril Hero or Cyril Hiro. You told me, and I have forgotten. Ugh, curses. I despise my brain sometimes because you told me the way to say it. I speak to you all the time. You're in my comments and I type back to you. I adore you. And yet, here I go again, forgetting. But hello, and thank you for being here live. And my gosh, it must be a crazy time over there for you then. If it's 6:12 here, good Lord, is it like 4 a.m. over there or something? Jesus. Maria, do you need some sleep? Do you need some sleep? Yeah. Chrissy Hansen says, I'm glad I don't have kids at home to feed nowadays. Honestly, I feel so bad for parents because, yeah, it costs money for me to feed my 4 fur kids, okay? They're expensive, especially because 2 of them require prescription food for their tummy squirrels. And so, you know, that gets even more expensive because it's prescription food. But I know that it's not the same as human children and the costs associated with them. I feel bad for parents trying to just have a family, you know, in this economy and in these times. It's crazy. And Zachary said, haha, I heard rice may be in short supply. No, Zachary, don't tell us this. Chatty Penny's like, couscous? Oh, man. Cat's like, LOL, we need a B-roll on this somehow. I bet I could probably find a B-roll on my phone and just play it through the little thing that I had my cards up. It will be janky as hell. I don't think it'll be fun, but I bet I could do that. Arbova says, good or bad? I say, let's get going, LOL. You know, a lot of people say things like that. I hear that. Gosh. Let's see. Trisha Marie says, hello, B. Glad to be here. Albeit late. I've missed your past couple of lives, so I'm happy to have caught you on this live. Hashtag winning. I'm glad that you're here, too. And Shanley Aryan, hello. Kat says, oh my God, same. I wasn't broke for about a year or 2 after promotion, but I had to quit that corporate job because I was genuinely not okay anymore. I've never felt so terrible at a job. So I feel it. Yeah, like working 3 jobs, it just was not okay in my mind. Like I had the kind of thoughts that you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. And I was like, I am in danger. So I had to figure it out quick, fast, and in a hurry before things got, permanently bad. And so I did, fortunately, but now I'm broke again because, I swear. Emily Volduck, hello. Oceana Song, hello. Yes, and Emily Valdek's like, me too, I love trying new foods. Yes. I saw how you wrote on my last video, you were like, LOL, snow. I saw how you write that. Yeah, every time when I was filming this, I was like, all the people that are from above here are going to be like, oh, that's your snow. That's your snow, Beatrice. Oh, look at you. That's your snow. And every time I think about stuff like that, I think about you, Emily. Because I think about you being like, bless your heart, your snow. Oh, man. Let's see. Trisha Marie says, I'm Asian. We eat rice with everything and specializing in making meals last. You know, you really do specialize in making meals last. I tell you what, like when I was talking about the to-go boxes, it's even more. If I'm getting a to-go box from any Asian place, I don't care what type of Asian food it is, Japanese, Chinese, whatever, I don't care. You know, if I'm getting rice and noodles and stuff like that, that shit's going to last even longer. You're right. We need to take some hints here. 7 a.m. Okay, wow, good. All right. I'm glad you're okay then. 7 a.m. is not terrible. It's still early. Kathy Jones, hello. You're like, maybe you eat like a bird, stretch it out longer. You're so tiny, your tummy probably won't hold as much. Not at one time, but then I get hungrier faster than other people. So there are people that are like, yeah, I eat a ton when I eat, but I only eat 2 or 3 times a day. And I'm like, I cannot eat much at once at all. I eat like a bird, but I better eat 8 to 10 times in a day. So it probably evens out. Echoes of Clarity, hello. Oh, I'm glad that you got to drop by, even for just a bit. So wonderful. And yes, it's Lathan. It's lovely to see you again. Love and light back to you at the Navajo Nation. Awesome. Kathy's like, my son comes home just to eat. You know what? What is it about boy-child shenanigans like that? My brother will come over into my mom's house, grab some cheese, and walk out. And it's like, okay. It's almost as if it's a privilege to have children in today's economy, especially because of money. Trisha Marie, you're not wrong. Chatty Fanny's like, babe, that's intense. I'm glad you're mentally better off. I know. It was intense. 3 jobs. I mean, some people can do 3 jobs well, I guess. I guess I'm just not one of those people. I don't know. Let's see. Shanley RN said, yeah, I feel that. I did 4 night shifts for a year and I was mentally not there anymore. I had to stop. I know. And I've had several points in my life where I've had to do that for a little bit. Like for 3 years when I was getting my master's and I had to work a full-time job and then do a 20-hour-a-week internship and do the master's program of school on top of that. And that was 3 years and that was a blur. I don't remember anything. I don't remember shit about those 3 years. It was a terrible time. So I know I've had to do that for moments in time in my life, and I can when I have to, but it's not sustainable. That's an untenable situation for me personally. Let's see. Trisha Marie's like, yes. LOL, what is breakfast? Leftovers with rice and an egg. I don't know if that's a Filipino thing, but rice is life. Yes. My husband does kind of like that too with his Mexican food and all the rice and stuff like that. So it's funny. It'll be flavored different. He's got all the, traditional Spanish Mexican rice and stuff with all the tomato in it. I made some from scratch the other day and I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, Kathy's like, he eats Parmesan cheese and ketchup. Things that used to last a lifetime. Guess he uses it as seasoning. Yeah. And yeah, Maria's like, I hope this can bring communities together to help each other. I know. I do too. I really do too. Man, I wonder if there is a way to show a B-roll on this thing. I'll try it. I'm going to doubt that this will work. Either the image or the sound or both will come out like shit, probably. But, let's just see. I'm just curious. At this point, I'm just curious. Just out of curiosity. Purely out of curiosity. I just want to see if it works. So let me pull up the cards over here and just see. Okay, well, let me do it this way. Because here was just something that Julio recorded just the other day. Let's see if this works. Izzy wanted to give Teddy Ilex so bad. She just compulsively has to give Ilex sometimes. She just compulsively cannot help herself. She's like, I must give Ilex. And Teddy's like, I'm going to bite your entire face. Your entire face, because I do not want Ilex. And she's like, please, fuck, I really must give Ilex. Okay, I'll lick in your ear then, if you won't let me lick your eye. Please. And he's like, stop. I not want. And then she's like, oh wait, Bodhi's moving. Maybe I can do Ilex over here after he's in my ass. Oh yeah, we can do Ilex. Yeah. So, there's a narrated B-roll for you. A narrated B-roll to help lift some spirits. Golly. Let's see. Kat says, it's such a bummer to have to work multiple jobs to make ends meet. Sending some financial luck to everyone here, including me. I hear you, Kat. Sending it back to you. And 420, first of all, hello and welcome. Second of all, thank you for saying love this channel. This channel loves you back. And thirdly, member for 16 months. Congratulations. Super exciting. That's 16 months is a long time. That's a long time. That's just wow. Man. Dina Morales, hello. Happy to have you here today. We're going to do some giveaways in just a second for the Perk Squad, a month membership for free for the Perk Squad. So for all of y'all who've joined here, y'all are about to be able to participate in that. And for anybody that joined later, then you can always later on either rewind the stream and watch it from the beginning, or you can wait until the stream comes up online. It usually only takes like a few minutes to like buffer in Cloudland before it's posted. And then you can rewatch the whole live stream if you want to. So that'll be available to people as well. But yay, glad that you're here with us. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the Ilex. I swear, Heather Marie, it's like, what the hell? Izzy just has to compulsively Ilex sometimes. She just really has to find somebody to give Ilex to. And usually Scooter will be like, I'll take it. Bodhi will take it very easily. He welcomes it. But Teddy's like, stop. Which I'm glad, because we taught him, don't let her give you Ilex. You had your eye surgery. I know it's healing up pretty good, but don't let her give you Ilex. So he was like full on biting her whole face. So it's a mess. Ari, hello. You're like jumping in late and I'm loving what I'm seeing. Yeah. Somebody asked if we could, they're like, we really need to do a puppy B-roll right about now because we needed to lift some spirits. We did some short mini readings on federal jobs and the price of groceries. And spoiler alert, things didn't look so great in those readings. Not horrible, but not great. And so we're like, yeah, we need some B-rolls to lift our spirits a little bit. So I was like, I wonder if I can do that here on a live stream. And that was the best that I could come up with, is to just hold it up to the little camera there from my phone and do something. So that's what we tried. And yes, God bless our country. I did see you write that down about the actual JFK files and things like that. So I have that noted in the list of considerations to look into at some point. So good questions. Darren Merker says, I love my morning Ilex. Do you get Ilex too? Let's see. Yeah. And K-Spikes, hello, from East Texas. Oh, awesome. My husband is from East Texas. He's from Mexico, but he's from like right in the border of Mexico, so he's always been able to work in Texas, and he worked in East Texas, right there at the border, right near McAllen, Texas, and Far, Brownsville, near Corpus Christi, like all of that, those are my husband's old stomping grounds in Texas. So, but yeah, let's see. Why one Aspen says, I wish there was a better balance with everything. No one should have to work themselves to death just to end up living paycheck to paycheck, and some work-life balance would be nice. Amen to that. I think everyone here would agree. Yes. And yeah, Kathy, exactly. Eyelets are not good for Teddy in his bad eye. I say bad eye, it's healing great. Things are going well. But yeah, had she been actually landing some blows, we would have had to intervene and stop her. But he was closing his eyes, moving his head, and biting her face. So she didn't get any in any kind of way that could have messed up his eye. But to that credit, for the first, let's see, he had his surgery. It's been 2.5 months or so, or something like that now. For the first month at least, he was in a cone and inside a puppy playpen, so that she didn't have access to him at all, because we were like, okay, she's either going to give him eye licks and lick it off, or he's going to like root his head like this in blankets and rip it off. And so we were freaked out about both of those things. So we made him wear a cone and be in a puppy playpen by himself for like a month. So yeah, that was a no for a long time. So you're right. Ari's like, yeah, give us all the puppy shenanigans. Yeah, he was just filming. My husband was just filming puppy things for whatever. Where's other dogs? Okay, let me see. He was just filming puppy things that day for. Come here, bitch. What are you doing? Okay, he was just filming puppy things for a reason. Oh wait, hold on. I need to rewind that so y'all can tell. It was him telling them their B word, the breakfast word, and they were like, what? Breakfast. He said breakfast, and they're like, oh fuck, yeah, I will. Oh, I got a big stretch first. Whoops, sorry, backwards. I got a big stretch first. Go get your breakfast, you doofus. And then he gets so excited about being told breakfast that he doesn't know what to do. And so he just gets toys. And he doesn't know what to do with himself. Son, get your toy. Take it upstairs. Look at that little butt wiggle. It's so many wiggle butts. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Trot, trot. So, yeah. They're funny. They are funny. Yeah. Let's see. And Maria says that at some point here we're going to have to do a check-in with how people of the world, how it's vibing at the moment. We need higher conscious evolution. Yeah, there's a lot of things we need to dig into here at the channel. I'm glad there's so many things we need to dig into. I mean, I hate that it's a lot going on in a not so great way, but I'm glad that there's a lot of things for us to look into, because then it's like, okay, there's endless supplies of things we want to know and get some insights on. So that's a good problem to have on my end here. Like, okay. Cat's like, they're so freaking adorable, grabbing the toys out of excitement. Yeah. Right, Cindy? It's a requirement to say, oh, big stretch when a pup stretches. I was doing a private reading recently with someone, and their little doggy stretched in the background. I was like, ooh, big stretch. And then I was like, wait, that's not your dog. Don't be saying that. Maybe other people will find it weird. And I was like, well, first of all, I'm going to say it anyway, because it's like a reflex at this point. Second of all, if you're a pet parent, then you're probably not going to find it weird. You probably say big stretch too. Yep. Let's do some giveaways here on the 1 month, the membership gifting. So we get to gift 5 memberships to the Perk Squad for 1 month free at the Perk Squad. So whoever wins this gets to have a month free to peruse around the Perk Squad, watch all of the extended videos, get all of the weekly forecasts. You get your own Penelope by your name. You get the fun little playful emojis to use in the chat. You know, sometimes a video will release early for Perk Squad members. You get to get all the perks, video shout outs, things like that. So for a whole month, you get to be a member of the Perk Squad for free if you are gifted a membership. So I'm allowed to click the blue button that says gift 5 now, and YouTube chooses who it goes to. So I have no idea who's going to win. YouTube gets to pick that. I don't know if they pick it random or if there's some strategy to it. I don't know. But we're about to find out who is going to win 5 free memberships, yes, for a month on the Perk Squad. Because I know I've been talking for an hour and 14 minutes, and I need to get up and go soon because I've got more report writing to do. So, drum roll. I clicked the button. Let's see. It says 5 memberships gifted. Kat was gifted a membership, and Allie, and Kanisha C, and Sly Prentice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Is that 4? Were there 5? Oh, wait, yes. Oceana Song was also gifted a membership. So, yay. Congratulations to the 5 of you. Congratulations, Oceana Song, Kat, Allie, Kanisha C, and Sly Prentice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations to y'all. Welcome to the Perk Squad. You are now officially Perk Squad members for an entire month to get to play around however you please. So yay! Exciting! Allie's like, I got lucky again! Oh, that's awesome! Yes, thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to do that. Glad that now I am suddenly allowed to be able to do that. So yay, thank you, YouTube, for that, and congratulations, all of you lucky winners, for that. Welcome to the Perk Squad for a month. Happy to have y'all on here, and of course we will do this again next month, I guess. So let's see, when is the next live stream, just to tell people so that y'all can mark it down in your calendars, put reminders in your phone, whatever you need to help you. Valentine's Day, the next live stream. It's literally because we do every second Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And so the second Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern is February 14th, Valentine's Day. So, I guess, Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2 p.m. Eastern, we will be here doing a live stream together, I guess. Yeah. So, that's what it looks like I've got here. That's what it looks like I've got. That's wild. That is wild. So, anywho, unless something comes up where I've got to postpone it or cancel it or something like that, and if that ever happens, if things come up where I have to postpone or cancel, I try to let y'all know when things like that come up. So far, we've only had to cancel one because it landed on Christmas Eve. And I do have down here that I'm apparently supposed to be a part of a training for work on that day, but it says it's a blended training, and usually when they do blended trainings, they're done by noon. So hopefully it will be done by noon, and I'll be able to do this at 2, Eastern time. So, but if anything changes on that, of course, I will let y'all know as I can. Aw, 420, you gifted 5 memberships? How sweet of you. Good Lord. Well, then in that case, first of all, thank you. And second of all, congratulations to K Talks and to It's Me Marge and to Ajad and Keisha West and Blissfully Renee. So congratulations to all of y'all. Y'all have been gifted 5 memberships by 420 here. So thank you to 420. That's very, very kind of you to have gifted all of those memberships. 420 has been a member of the channel, like we said earlier, for 16 months, so like basically a year and a half, and has gifted a month free to 5 of y'all. So again, congratulations, K-Talks. It's me, Marge, Keisha West, Blissfully, Renee, and Ajad. So yay! Awesome. That's wonderful. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Very kind. I appreciate that. Very sweet. Shout out to you for sure. Yes, Kat agreed. Shout out to you for sure. Yes, very generous. Very generous. How kind. How incredibly kind. So wonderful. So now there's these new members, and welcome. Very glad to have all of you as a part of the Perk Squad here. And like I said, I'll as long as YouTube is letting me gift free memberships, I am happy to be doing that on every live stream. So hopefully, if all goes well and my work training really does end at noon on that Friday like it's supposed to, I'll be going live on Valentine's Day. But keep an eye out for the community tab for just in case I have to cancel that one for the next one. But hopefully I will be able to do it. I do plan to. So I'm so glad for this community. We have such wonderful people in this community, wonderful caring people, giving people. Thank you again, 420. And y'all make all of this worth it and fun and lovely. The internet can be such an ugly place sometimes, such a shitty place sometimes. People can be hell-bent on misunderstanding people, intentionally misunderstanding and skewing things, intentionally trying to tear people down or pollute things and all of that. And we just don't see as much of that in this community here on this channel. We just don't. And it's a testament to all of y'all who are in it, who make it a clean space. Like, you just really take care of the space, you take care of each other, you have respect for each other and yourselves and the readings and me and all of this stuff, the topics and everything. And I just genuinely can't acknowledge and appreciate that enough, because I've been on lots of different spaces all over the internet, and there are some really horrible spaces. Even on people's YouTube channels, even on good people's YouTube channels, there's some toxic ass spaces. And I have been very grateful that this has not seemed to be one of them. Most of the horrible comments I get are from people who are new and fleeting. That they're new, they just want to shit on it real quick and go somewhere else. I'm a rest area for them. A rest stop, a pit stop, a truck stop where they come take a shit and leave. And so I am appreciative that that's how it mostly goes, that it's usually one-offs and far and few between. So thank you for that. I appreciate y'all. And yes, let's see. Oh, everybody. Aw. Well, thank y'all. Y'all are being kind to me too in the comments. Y'all are too sweet. Big hugs to all of y'all. Thank you for being here today. I look forward to seeing y'all on the next live stream and on the next video. Likely the next video will probably be the February 2025 predictions video coming up. That'll probably be the next video, in which case, since it is a monthly video, I will be doing another giveaway for a free 15-minute reading on that video. So make sure to be there and enter that if you would like to win that. I did say that that's something I wanted to do this year, is that every monthly reading, the January, the February, the March, April, every monthly reading, I wanted to do another giveaway. So just in the spirit of continually paying it forward, so that at least one person every month could get a pro bono reading, because in these hard times, it's just nice to have a little free thing every once in a while, because everything's so fucking expensive all the time. So it's just like nice to just be gifted something sometimes. So I do want to continue that. That'll be coming up soon. And I look forward to seeing all of y'all on the videos and the live streams. So don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later.